assuming will be somewhere over here. Is that your plan there?
You can scoot us if you need to. What's your last name, Morgan?
Cox, C-O-X.
Okay. Yes, I knew that.
So we are live and rolling. You guys can take off whenever you want.
Hi, this is Tonya with Beer with the Brewer. Today I'm down at Ale Industries in Oakland, California. This is Morgan Cox, the Brewmaster. He and I are going to discuss Cherry Kush. You ready?
Oh, I'm ready, yeah.
All right, so aroma, let's get into that.
So what I like about the aroma on this one is that the coriander as well as the cherry juice play really well together.
Yeah.
Coriander itself has always reminded me of like the Fruit Loop of the herbs out there.
The Fruit Loop of herbs.
Yeah. So with the orange peel and the cherry juice, it kind of just all blends together and becomes this really neat fruit cocktail.
Yeah, it reminds me of fruit roll-ups, fruit leather, because that's actually fruity as opposed to fruit roll-ups, which might not actually have fruit, but yeah.
Like a concentrated.
Yeah, it's really a great aroma. It's nice and fresh too. I like that a lot.
So this beer is our Golden State of Mind with fresh organic cherry juice blended into it post-fermentation. So when we talk about the coriander and the chamomile, those are all attributes of the Golden State of Mind.
Right.
And then we use Santa Cruz Organic tart cherry juice in their blend, like I said, post-fermentation. So it's actually a brewery-produced beer cocktail.
Beer cocktail. Cheers to that. All right. Yeah, cheers. Pre-drink cheers. We won't talk about how it tastes yet. Stay tuned. It's really good. Okay, so look, and I guess you're not at a good angle for this, unfortunately, because the light is in front of me, but it's a beautiful ambery color, a little hazy because it's got real stuff in it. Actually, that's not fair to say, so edit that out. Anyway, a little hazy, pours with a nice head that dissipates. And it looks like it would be cherry juice, I think.
Yeah. So the haziness definitely comes from the use of wheat and oats.
Right.
And we do no fining, no filtering, obviously, on this. And it definitely has a nice thick haze to it. The color of the cherry juice blended in there definitely gives it almost an apricot kind of color.
Yeah, it's a beautiful color. The bottles, are they bottle fermented? I mean, is it, bottle fermented, and I know it's unfiltered, so is it more sedimenty in the bottle?
Yeah, so this is actually one of those that we don't put into package and send out of the brewery, other than growlers,
right.
And also through companies like Hopsy and whatnot that do the home tap systems.
Which is awesome, by the way.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, ready for an official drink?
I'm ready.
All right. This really is a great beer, and I was telling Morgan earlier that when I bring people over to AI to try out these beers, this and Golden State of Mind, which you had heard is the basis for this, are everybody's favorite. So I'm going to preface everything I say next with that.
I get a nice cherry creamy hit to it. So it starts with a slight bit of acidic bite, whether that be from the carbonation or from the tartness of the cherry juice. But between the chamomile and the oats, there's this creaminess in there that is really, really loved.
Yeah, that creaminess is definitely amazing, actually.
It's definitely a roller coaster.
I like that you said that. I always describe the beers that I like the most as a roller coaster. You're like, oh, I get this, and then wow, and then oh. And this is definitely like that. I like that as much as in the namesake it says cherry, like I'm not like, oh, this is cloyingly sweet or, overly fruity or anything like that. It's got a good balance of beer qualities and the herbal qualities and the fruit qualities. That's really nice. Yeah. And the mouthfeel, like you had said, very soft, creamy. Really great. Just great beer.
A lot of times when cherries go through the fermentation process, you end up with a bit of a medicinal quality, and this, with the cherry juice being blended, post-fermentation, it's able to keep all those other pieces of the fruit that would otherwise have been fermented out.
Right.
So there's no medicinal qualities to it, and we're able to get that without using some type of fake cherry, essence or whatever.
Yeah.
By just using the juice. The downfall is that we do have to keep close call on it. So
Sure.
when we send it out of market, we send it to very, very trustworthy accounts.
Sure, who aren't going to leave it warm or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's great. It has that. I think that lends to its really fresh quality.
Yeah, we don't allow it to be any place that's going to be older than 2 weeks. Anything beyond that, the fermentation, even in a cold storage, will start kicking up and will change. And in my opinion, ruin the beer. So.
Yeah, that's cool. So you have to come out to Oakland or the Bay Area to taste this amazing beer, and we don't hate that. Well, great. So we talked about it a little bit on the way through, but what was your motivation, inspiration for this recipe?
This recipe actually was a bit of a gaffe at one of our accounts. We had brewed a Krek, which is a sour cherry beer that the Golden State of Mind was the base for as well. And he was really, really wanted that beer again. And every time we'd call to ask for an order, he would say, well, give me that cherry beer. And then maybe I'll order some more stuff from you. Every single time, we'd call him every 2 weeks and be like, send me some of that cherry beer. So at one point, we thought it would be funny just to take our Golden State of Mind, put some cherry juice into it, send it off his way and say, okay, here you go. And he tapped it and realized immediately it wasn't the Krek. But he tried it out on some of his customers and they fell in love with it. He fell in love with it and called us up and said, okay, I'll take another keg of that cherry beer and send me another one of whatever, So from that point, which is probably 5 or 6 years ago, he has kept it on probably 75-80% of the time. He'll have it on tap in his place. So.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool to know. What motivated you to start this brewery? How did you get started in the business and then when AI succeeded?
Yeah, so I started at a young age in brewing. I was 18 years old when I brewed my first batch of home brew, and I had a neighbor who was into home brewing, and I always loved the smells. I loved going over and watching him work out the math behind things, and he would help me. He would teach me how to do it, and I'd come over and calculate and take hydrometer readings and really got into it. And so I started homebrewing at 18, and by the time I was in my very early 20s, 22 years old, I realized that I had to go work in a brewery. And at that time, there was far less than 1,000 breweries in the United States. There was 700-800 breweries in the U.S. So it was a difficult thing to even find them. The closest ones to my house were 30, 40 minutes away, an hour away. Way different than it is nowadays. Eventually I found somebody who was willing to take me on, teaching me, how to clean floor drains and that sort of thing, and picked it up from there. And I got a job the entire time expecting to eventually leave and start my own company.
Sure.
And while I was there, I ran across another guy who came in and basically approached the situation the same way I did, and came in and said, hey, I want to learn, I want to be a part of this, can I come in and watch you?
Right.
And then eventually we hired him, and we worked together really well, and that was my friend Steven Lopez. He became my friend, and then we ended up hanging out a lot and doing fishing, and we would sit there fishing, talking about our own brewery, and we just kind of developed this thought that we were going to open up our own brewery together. And we stumbled upon an opportunity and decided to take it, and that's when we started Ale Industries.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I'm very thankful for it, and I found them in Concord before they moved out here, and I was like, oh, you guys, this is amazing. Mom, come down. Brother, come down. Best friend, come down. Oh, you want to meet me? Come down and bring a jacket. So I'm really thankful that you got this place started. You guys put out some great beer. So cool, awesome. Do you have anything that you want to add?
I think the only thing I would want to add is as the industry continues to grow, I just hope that people continue to experiment, not just the producers of beer, but also customers. Continue to experiment, support your local breweries, even if that's not us. Whatever your local brewery is, go there, find the beers that really talk to you, and find out why they speak to you, because that'll open up a whole world of beer. So I guess that's what I'd like to push out if I have a voice, is that people need to go out, support their local breweries, find what they love, find out why it is that they love that.
Thanks for saying that, actually. I have friends who are like, nah, I don't really like beer. And I'm like, oh my gosh, just come with me.
Yeah.
And I promise, it might take a while, but we'll find something that you'll like. So I agree with that. I think that's do that. That's a great recommendation.
It's like saying I don't like dinner. How can you not like dinner?
Right.
Dinner could be thousands of different things. Yeah.
Right, exactly. And yeah, and then it's fun because you're like, oh, I've never tried that. I've never tried that. I've never heard of this. Try it. Definitely. All right. Well, cheers. It was so great to meet with you.
Stefan, good to meet you.